She's never gonna try that hard.
And I just loved also just the winter look of everything. Like just the real snow and everything. And just
we got lucky because I remember when we were in prep, I was like, I really hope we get a lot of weather while we film this movie, and we got so much.
Doesn't happen in New York.
And then it got down to a lot of like, okay, so this scene, we're gonna keep this scene, but instead of being a 5-minute scene, it's gonna be like a 2-line scene. Or, you know, distilling down scenes sort of to their essence, because there were things that we needed plot-wise, but we would just kind of like boil it down. That was the most challenging thing.
Back there in the lovely hat.
What's the moral of your story?
What's the moral?
I don't believe in morals in filmmaking. I feel like I just want to tell human stories that I think are interesting, and whatever you take from it, I think is great. Personally, I love that this story made me kind of look at people a little bit differently and think about particularly women who get sort of overlooked by society and have been deemed no longer worthy of interest and obsolete, and that sometimes they may be the most interesting people with the most interesting inner lives. But in general, I try to not think too much about, about the moral or what we judging what we should think about what people are doing. I think human behavior is just kind of interesting.
Right here.
Did you have an Anna and Lee scene that you either wrote and didn't film or filmed and cut out after she's read her story?
Were there any scenes with Anna and Lee after Lee read Anna's story?
There was nothing we filmed that was cut out at the end. But that was a thing that there was a lot of discussion about whether we should have another scene with Anna. You can tell me if you think I was right. My feeling was I didn't want everything to get wrapped up in a bow. And I already knew I really wanted a satisfying emotional ending with Jack, and that was the relationship that mattered more to me. In many ways, it felt like it was a love story between the two of them. And that if she had any kind of a reconciliation with Anna and Jack, it would feel like too much. And I felt like I wanted the stakes to be high enough that she really lost something that meant something to her through her crimes. And so it was important to me that she lost Anna. And a lot of people did not want that to be the case.
I felt it was really satisfying the way she just walks by and you're just like, that's what it is.
Yeah, because she has to, there cannot be no price for this type of thing. You know, there had to be a price that she paid. She got off so scot-free legally, you know, which was really what happened. It just felt like I wanted to know the true consequence for her emotionally. And to me, losing Anna felt really important. I worked closely with Jen Houston, who was our casting director. But people like Steven Spinella, who was like, you know, won a Tony for his original role in Angels in America, or Anna Devere Smith, who like, you know, I have been watching her for years and seen Fires in the Mirror when I was in college. And, you know, these are people that I've known and idolized and loved as actors for so many years. So it was a joy to get, and in shooting a movie in New York, you actually get to cast all of these people to come in and do a part for a day or something, because they live there. And and that was great also for Melissa, I think, to get to kind of do these roles where she was going, oh my God, everyone you cast in this movie is amazing.
So many great little roles for people who are not super young, which is like,
yeah.
I love.
And it was really important to me that it didn't look like Hollywood, that it looked like faces of real humans that you get to see, and that this book, literary artifact world felt populated by real people, and that they have their own way of being.
Not that you don't like Hollywood.
I love Hollywood. No, but you know, like I didn't want a face of all these, a world of all perfect faces. I wanted to feel like we were really looking at a very real world, and I just like really interesting faces too. And this little girl keeps staring at her and then goes, "Are you a man?" And she goes, "Are you a gargoyle?" to her. And the girl gets like scared, and then just under her breath, Lee goes, "I'll cut your hair off, you little shit." Like that. And I loved it, and it was always a question of like, does this go too far? Like, can people stay on Lee's side if she's talking about cutting off the hair of an adorable little 6-year-old girl?
Yeah.
But, yeah. She was like, felt like a great portrait of an artist, Lee was a lot harder than like, she was a really tough person to live in the same building with. She was like, I did not like her very much. She said, but it's the talk of the building. And I was like, have you told everyone I'm your patient? She was like, no, that would be against patient confidentiality. I was like, tell them, tell them.
Well, we are out of time. Thank you so much for this movie and for your time tonight.
Thanks,
Thank you all for
David.
coming.